Welcome back, everybody, to today's coding session. Correct. Let's start over again. Welcome back, everybody, to the 2 hours a day coding session. Today we are basically finishing this last feature here. So if you guys have been following along the channel, I am working on my final project for CS50. And I'm actually working on the web. They have a separate CS50, like their web development course, which is heavy on JavaScript, heavy on React, heavy on Django, Python. And if you've been following along, I actually started from zero a few years ago, no previous knowledge, and I worked my way through a couple of CS50 courses, and now I'm working on the final project for what is, I guess their final course of the full stack track. Now, I do plan on taking additional courses, but just in terms of the full stack, this is pretty much it. Okay. And so the app that I'm working on actually has a feature where users can submit what features they want to see. And the idea behind this is that I'll work on these instead of working on adding things to the app that, I just made up or that seem okay to me, and in the end might just be a waste of my time. So let's see what we've built so far. I have the code here and I have this. So this is the code here, and as you can see, I've already kind of built it, put it together. It doesn't look exactly like the design because I'm using just plain old Bootstrap and whatever CSS they give me. And so it is kind of plain, but it doesn't really matter because that's all we need to submit. So yeah, I see. So in the last session, we ended up that I wanted to use, so if we go into the Bootstrap, we have this thing called badges, which are like these little tags next to whatever you have. So you can have a button with a badge, for example. And for some reason, this was not loading before. I want to find out why. Batch test. I think I understood why. So in my span here I have one of the templates, so I can close this one. Index HTML of feedback. That's what I'm working on. And on there, I am returning this thing span, and then it should say here class name. So I think that's where we left off last time. And if we reload it again a couple of times, hopefully it works. I don't know. It seems to not be working now. Let me see again. So that'll be the span of class name equals all of this. And so maybe the button here has to be a primary button. Let me see. I guess it doesn't really matter. Let me see. Pill badges. Secondary. Yeah, so it should be a secondary of span. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 ba-da-dum. Bum 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 ba-dum da da. Ah da 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 da. Okay, so Yeah, I'm not really sure what to do here, honestly. Let me try again. I mean, so this here, this span is supposed to be displaying something. Now type span button type class name. Maybe it's because it's button small. Let's try taking that out for a second. And none of the stuff is reloading. I wonder if I just have to like reload the server. We'll try that. No, it's not letting me. I see what's going on here. It's you see my VS Code is stuck at loading. That's what happened here. So let's close out of here. Cancel, don't save. Just close anyway. There we go. And now we're gonna reopen it. And then we'll do, hold on. We'll reopen that code space. Here it is. Let's see if it loads. Maybe I had a problem with the credentials. So obviously, if your VS Code code space is not loading properly, so you're not going to see the changes. Let me go back here into this. So I did have, yeah. So BTN outline primary button small, and then we have class name was batch text secondary. Let's reload here, and I don't know. I guess I'm still seeing the same issue here. Yeah, so batch text secondary. Maybe it's just not compatible with all of this. I'm not really sure. Maybe we can try one of these. These look kind of cool. Div. Yeah, so it would be in this button here. Just paste that in. Okay. And yeah. So you have a type button and whatnot, which just says comments. And the position absolute of whatnot, this will actually say this, the props. And then all this stuff will be class name, class name, class name, and that's it. Now I'm going to copy this in case I want to bring it back in a second. And okay, it actually looks better for some reason. Not sure why. Maybe I missed something over there with who knows what. Let me see again here. Yeah, maybe it's just not compatible the way I was doing it. I think that's what it was. But we can get rid, I guess, of this here. Unread messages. And reload. Wait, did I not do it right? What happened? Yeah, here. Let's try again. Yeah, so it'll have this, you see? And I don't know that I like it so much. My on click here, it's not relevant at the moment, so we'll add it up here. I guess right after all those class names. Take out this button. Reload. Okay. We could take this out as well. You know, you could play with this thing all day long, you know what I mean? Like, this is exactly why I don't necessarily like doing so much graphic design when I'm developing, because I feel like it doesn't fit me and my personality. I get too perfectionist with it, and then it's just a ton of time that gets wasted. but you can, you can kind of see what's going on here. And so that's it. And outside of the button, right after that button, we should probably close. So I'm gonna try and do this. Add comment. No. P. Add comment. Now I might have to do some funky CSS on that, and that actually doesn't even work. All right, let's go back. I don't really like that button anyway, so I'm gonna go back up here and add this one instead. Hope for the best. So yeah, I'm gonna add this button here, and my total comments will be, instead of the 4, my comments will be instead of the notifications. I need to add a way to handle the click, so that's the on click up here. And I guess that's it, right? We're gonna change all the class names. So that's what we're returning there, our button. And our button needs to have a class name as per React. Class name. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, so I never load it, and I guess I don't really care at this point. Also, my on-click is not working. Why? I put the on-click in the wrong place, that's why. Let's try that instead. Yeah. Okay, so I mean, that's kind of working there. I don't have a way to close this. Maybe I should add that in. Hide comments type of thing. Yeah, let's do that one. Now, if it's gonna be like that, I might as well just do like a different color, and maybe even make it a little bit easier to see. So here where I'm passing in my total comments, I'm gonna put that in brackets. And actually, I think there's a little bit of a weird syntax to do all this stuff here. Hold on, give me a second. I think it has to do with this. This is stuff that I don't write so often, so I kind of forget about it. No. Yeah, I guess I just write a string right here, like that. And then right in here, no. Ooh, how does this work? I forgot. Oh, I got it. I don't think we could write JavaScript. Okay, whatever. I'm just gonna leave it the way it is. Okay, so comments. Right, so we already have some text here. I guess what we gotta do is do that and do this. Maybe. I don't know. Comments. Maybe. Is there a way to escape it? I mean, I just want to do. What does that even look like? Let's see. Yeah, it works. Okay, fine. So you can see the comments there. I mean, it would be better if we had that little badge, but at this point, it's like whatever, you know. Why did it work at the bottom and not at the top? I don't know. Span class. I have no idea. Okay, so those are the colors, and then I guess we could have like a secondary, you know, text background secondary situation over there. Take that out. We can have a text background situation, which is instead of button primary, we can have, hold on. Oh wait, that's for the badges. What about for the, yeah, how about BTN secondary? And BTN small? So it'll be BTN SM. And then it would be outline, I think, buttons. Buttons. Yeah, it would be, I guess, BTN outline secondary. That's what we want here. BTN outline secondary, and then it does BTN SM. I think that's what it is. Maybe not. Yeah, I'm not understanding. Hold on. Let's try this one again. For some reason, it's not even loading. I'm not sure. Like, what the heck? Okay. Class name, and my on-click is for the button, and then comments. My comments, and then my class name would be my props comments. It's not working, and I have no idea how to resolve it. Okay, so yeah, buttons, BTN outline primary. Let's try that one. BTN outline primary, BTN outline, and BTN SM. Secondary. And the batch maybe could be like that. Or maybe even info. I like these kind of colors. These old school colors. So my class name would be, I guess, something in the tune of that. Yeah, so the span is not applying that class name. I don't know if this has something to do with React or any limitations that the framework might have. So the span is not displaying the correct colors in React. the span is not displaying the correct colors in React. Craziness. Craziness. Is that the best we can do? Like these colors here? I mean, I think so. I don't really know at this point. We'll just leave it at secondary for now. And now we need a way to actually close here. So let's add that. Let's add a little, another button up here. That says close comments, right? And so if this is being displayed, we also want to show a little button which says whatever. It'll say close. And it doesn't need to display that. I don't think it even needs a span. It's just a little button. Close. Let's see if that actually shows up. Yeah, so I would display underneath that thing. Hold on. New comment feedback ID props, comment post ID. And then right below that, I would do a little close button. That way it makes, I guess, a little bit more sense to the user. Even though to me it doesn't make that much of a sense. Let's try that. Comments. Yeah. Close. Comments. Close. I don't even know what I am feeding it. On click, handle comments. Ooh, what is... That was not even on purpose. It was just I got lucky on that one. So my handle comments function, all it does is turn off the... It turns off comments active. So, okay, fine. That's actually the functionality that I was going to add in there. So I got lucky on that one. But you can see now that this all works. And I would make that even red. Because why not? Danger. We want to be an outline danger. The most dangerous thing of doing... Let's see. So that would be outline... danger. And we'll even do it like that. Let's take a look. If I open it, close, be very specific. Comments. Hide comments. How about that? Okay, this all seems to be working okay now. Okay, hide comments. We are getting very close to calling this done. And I would say the last little optimization would be to style this so it's a little bit smaller and it looks a little bit easier to look at. I also feel like I don't need the time. I don't know if I need the time. Also don't know if I should be displaying the dates like at the bottom. Hide comments. I don't even know. Where should I put the date here? Let me know. And where should I put those comments? Maybe put on the line below. Let's try and see how that looks. So we have the post.date and post.comment. So I don't even know, honestly. This is craziness here. I want to make a new div that has the post comment, and I also want to make a little div I don't know if this is the right way of doing it, but that's what I'm doing. I want to make a little div which has the post.date. What happened here? I guess I could only return one div at a time. I figured. So let's just do here a P or a BR like that. Or let's not do that. Please don't break. There it is. Hide comments. Let's see. Let's take this out for a second. Do a P here. And end with a P. And then do another P here. And over here, end with a P. Let's try again. So it does have like this weird spacing. And yeah, that's not exactly what I want. You know what? Let's go again and do the card thing. We'll just put cards in here. I think that Bootstrap gives us that already built in. So let's try to find something that'll fit nicely there instead of using that weird thing. Like, we have no styling at the moment. So let's fix that up with a card maybe. I don't know. Or like a, you know, like a post. This is special quote. I have no idea what I'm looking at. You know, these type of cards with a button. Navigation. That's cool. Image. No, we don't need, like... I need like big text with smaller text. Hey Thomas, how's it going? What are you working on? CSS. I don't even know, man. Posts. Popovers. Progress. Ooh, close. They even have close buttons. Look at that. They have nice close buttons. Whatever. I mean, oh, man. This could actually be nice, actually. These accordions, maybe that's for the future, like, you know, to display those comments. That is mad slick. Okay. Card. What do I got? I don't even know what I have here at this point. Let me see again. So maybe I can try to match something here. Yeah. Okay, so again, we're trying to replace this weird. I just want to have like the comment, I guess, with a date. I don't have a way of deleting the comments. I don't care right now. I guess in the future I could add that. For now, I think it's okay. Content types, kitchen sink. So components, accordion, stat, whatever, popovers, layout, content, forms, button group. Hey Thomas, wishing you the best. I remember when I was there, for reference, I did end up putting about 8 hours into that homework. For reference, I'm working on the final project here for the web development course, which is like the follow-up to CS50. And you'll see on the title of this video, this is already day 30, so I've been working on this project for a month. Just take it easy, just do 2 hours a day. Don't have any expectations of finishing. The only expectation should be just putting in your time, and like worry more about putting the time into Scratch rather than finishing the Scratch project, while at the same time doing the minimum to turn it in. Don't get stuck on the first project, obviously. Yeah, Happy New Year to you as well. Dude, I don't know, I'm not stuck here. I have no idea. Like, it's not that I'm stuck, it's that I'm trying to do like graphic design with CSS, and I absolutely like, I could spend all day on this, you know what I mean? Trying to find the perfect little button, the perfect little graphic. It's almost like, it feels like I'm looking for like stock footage for one of my videos. Like, it's the same feeling. It's like, what a waste of time in a way. Like, if this app kicks off, this is definitely the first hire. Someone to like fix all of the graphic design. Like a CSS specialist, maybe a front-end engineer that is very good at CSS, that's very good at Bootstrap, maybe even do something else like Tailwind, I don't know. Just make it look good, you know? Like, I like to figure out exactly what the logic is, because in the logic, I believe, is the user experience, and also the, you know, like the value, where that's the actual thing you're delivering to your customers, the logic. Everything else is just to make it look good. Like, if you have good logic with a bad design, you could still get customers. But if you have a beautiful design and like the app doesn't make any sense, the logic isn't really there, it's just like people are wondering what is the point of the app to begin with. So you can't save an app, like you can't save an app which has good design and bad logic. It's almost like the same thing with videos. Like a good script and a good content video with a bad camera and a bad audio will always beat something that is produced professionally with nice camera, nice lights, nice everything, but the point of the video doesn't make any sense. Like it. So with all this said, I'm gonna settle for something simple here. Let's just find a card and use one of these. So again, I'm gonna convert all these into cards. Maybe I'll just use this right here, class card. I'm literally gonna use the first one I find. So put this back over there, and I have my close comment. This is looking okay, and I'm gonna copy that on the top here. And I'm gonna delete a bunch of stuff here. Yeah, so my image, I'm not gonna have an image. Okay. And my card title, I think it's gonna be my comment. So we'll do that. We'll do post of dot comment. So that'll be my H5 up here. H5 is kind of high actually, but okay, whatever. And my post.date is going to be this thing here. And then I also have like a button, so I'll take that one out. I don't need that. And finish off the div. And again, everything that has a class in regular HTML, we have to convert that to a class name in React. So that'll be class name, which is very annoying. Class name, I don't know why they would do that. Like, why would you do that? I always forget to fix that. Like, I always have an error. I always have bugs with this stuff. Like, why can't you, when you're developing React, why you can't make it so it's the same? I don't understand. Text dark, forget about it. So let's see if this actually loads. Click on comments, and I'm getting an error. Let me see what the error says. So I just go on inspect, right? So my error is definitely somewhere in here. Let's try again. So I have my class name, post.comment, post.date, and I'm closing my div. Perhaps I can only return one div at a time here. I think that's what's going on. Let's see. So this div closes the top, right? This is all one div. Then you have another div, and then you have the function. So I think we're okay here. Class name, card, style width. I don't care about the style, I guess. And then we have card body, card title. Post of dot comment, and then the P. Let's take a look at the console here for a second. Hit on comments, and it looks like it loaded nicely. And ooh, shoot. All right, so I can't use this, and I'm not gonna get into the why. It's in conflict here with a different CSS code that I'm fixing for. This is again part of this whole CSS stuff. I am using CSS to control something else, which have the same classes as this. So it's coming all messed up. To fix this, I would have to assign new classes here and define new classes. It would be a ton of work. So I'm gonna undo this. I'm gonna undo this. Before I do that though, I'm gonna just delete all this stuff, stay with the div, delete this, and just stay with the div, delete h5, and stay with the h5, stay with the p, h5p div. Let's try that again. Comment. And it might be okay. I think that this text I want to make a little bit smaller. Let's take quickly a look here. Text, typography. Small. Maybe it's that. Text, body, secondary. We'll do that. And that's we'll wrap that as a, as a class. Class name. Hey, Thomas is saying, thank you, buddy. You're great. Wishing you a good luck in your work and good times ahead. Never lose hope, buddy. So I'm gonna go ahead and forward that to everyone watching this video. Wishing you all much success, and also for you, Thomas. And I hope they have a good year. I hope you don't give up. And if you feel like you want to give up, just come back to the channel here, get inspired, ask me any questions that you have. And hopefully, this year you'll finish CS50 and move on. And I think 2025 is going to be a great year because, on the one hand, we have AI, which we can use as a tool, but the world's starting to realize that AI is just a tool. It's not going to replace anybody. So what we have now is basically people that want to get into coding. It's never been easier to get into coding, and I think there's going to be a lot of opportunity coming up in the year. Okay, so we have this class name, secondary and whatnot. Let's try that. We have first and second comment. I don't even know. How do you even do text small? Small text bootstrap. Small. It's that simple. Small. And here I would say class name is equal to text, or sorry, is it dark? Yeah, so that looks much better, I would say. I don't know how to make this like stick closer to each other. How do I close the gap between these two lines? How do I close the gap between these two lines in Bootstrap? I wonder if this actually works. Let's try it. And again, we do still want to have like a gap between divs, like between each comment, but we don't want such a big gap in between the comment and its date. Push here. So you see, it's not really working. Hold on. I would say it would be at the top. NT minus 1 would be, or NT dash 1 at the top. Yeah, I'm not really understanding what I can see here. It looks like it doesn't look right, basically. And again, going back again, this is why I don't like CSS. It's just a waste of time, in my opinion. Sorry, it's a waste of time for me. I'm sure there's a lot of people who are really good at design who could get this done just nicely. Like let me know if you're like one of these people. Like I'm looking to hire you, basically. Okay. Get me out of here. I don't understand. Disabled. Large button. Again, this is all the pains of graphic design and why I got into tech in the first place, just so I could do less of this. But here I am doing design. And we're still way off, by the way, of the original design, which looks like this. But I think, I mean, this is for a V2 of my app. This is not even, there's no way I'm going to do this to make sure everything is pixel perfect. Even though this design is not even pixel perfect, there's still a lot to improve here. So again, I'm looking for someone who is good at Figma, which is this software here, designing and just doing the whole user experience design or user interface design. The experience I do like, that's one of my favorite things to work on. So the experience is more about where the things are located, the outline of things, and how the users interact with the page in the least amount of clicks and in the most obvious way without making them think too much. That's what I really like doing. But the actual color and the actual border design and the actual font and all this sort of like nonsense in my mind, I'd like to hire that one out. Okay. So, dude, class name small. So let's try this again. I'm just having a bit of a idea here, which is we'll add, what is the HTML tag for space? What is the HTML tag for a space between rows of divs? Okay, so this div up here, yeah, so this div, which is the return statement for, give me a second here. I actually don't think we need this one. I don't think we do actually. Yeah, we just need the ones inside. So, hold on. Yeah, so I think we could just add basically a line to this upper div here. That's what the AI is saying to do. So, MB3. Just add this MB3 at the top, which would be right up here. MB3. Let's reload. Comments. Okay, that's looking a lot closer to how I want it to look, for sure. And I would say this button also needs an MB of 2. So where's the button? Yeah, so it's right here. You see it? So we can do here an MB of 2. That'll give a little bit of space below the button. Hopefully, let's see if it actually works. Yeah, it actually does work. Let's do an MB of 3 for that button. And here I'm getting into the perfectionism of graphic design again. And comments. Okay, so this is perfect at this point. Let's try the one that has multiple comments. Yeah, this is exactly how I wanted to see it. Okay, we nailed it here. We have the comment, we have the date, which is smaller at the bottom. I might even just want to have that as a secondary color, so like a gray. So that would be the post date, would be here. Text secondary. Is it text secondary? Where are the colors? Dude. Secondary, button secondary. Is it text secondary? Post date would be text secondary. Let's try that. Comments 6. Yeah, that looks beautiful. That's it. That's what I wanted. That's more or less exactly what I wanted. A tiny update here would be to do an H of 6. And reload. Beautiful. That's it. One last thing here before we move on to the other parts of the project is this new comment form. I want that to be full width. It looks kind of weird that it's like that. So, and also I want to see this closed comments at the very bottom. So if I have 1,000 comments here, which I'm not optimizing, I'm not like loading them 10 at a time at the moment. I'm not using pagination or anything like that. I'm just going to load all of them. So someone's scrolling all the way down. I want to see again the closed comments to make it a little bit more obvious that that's what that's what the next option is. So after mapping over my comments feed, right? So that would be down here. I want to add again that close comments button. Let's try again. Comments. Nope, didn't load. Comments. There it is. You see? And I could probably have a conditional to only show this button one if the comments feed is larger than a certain amount of comments. But for now, we'll leave it like that. So even if we have only one comment, it'll show. It looks kind of weird, I guess, but who cares? Close comments. Or should it be at the bottom always? Nah, forget about it. The type of button is a button small already, so that's okay. Dude, this works fine. Close comments. And again, the last thing I wanted to do is just to fix my form here. So let's see how we can do that. This new comment form is actually up here. And it's just a component, so I'm actually defining this somewhere else, like in its own function. So let's find where that is. So my new, what is it called? New comment. the easiest way to find it would just be to look for it. So it's new comment. And then if we go up, you'll see the functions being defined here as new comment. And it's returning down here, this form. And so this form has a, what do you call this? A margin, has a margin of 4. So let's get rid of that for a second and see how it looks like. It might be I keep margin at the top and bottom of it. Comments. Yeah. So you see that looks already a lot better. And my add comment, I want to change this to add comment, and also would like to change this to an H of 6, maybe H of 5. Yeah, just a little bit smaller. It looks kind of odd the way it is right now. Add comment. No, I'll make it H6. Okay, H of 6, and I'm going to go ahead and remove also my padding. Okay. And so I guess the only thing I would like to bring back would be my margin at the top should be 2. And my margin at the bottom should also be 2. So I want to keep the full width, but I still want it to make a little bit, to look a little bit more organized. And so maybe my MB should be actually 4. So let's try that again. Yeah, so that looks great now, I think. And I think I have too much blue here going on, so I would like maybe this button to be a different color. And so, heck, let's make it, should I make it an outline maybe, or what? I also think there should be a little bit of a space here between that comment. So we'll do here a margin at the top of, I don't know, 2. No, not the add comment. Sorry, that's not where we need that. Not the card header. We want our, and I think this padding here, you see there's a little bit of padding here. I'm actually controlling that from somewhere else, so I'm not going to get into it right now. It's a lot of work for what it is. But my comment button, it's right here. And so I do want to have a, a margin at the top of 2, something like that. Let's try it. Comments, and you'll see it has a little bit of a break there. Maybe even for the form as well. So we'll add a margin at the bottom here of 2. Let's see. I don't know. I think that's as good as we're going to get today with this. You see? So comments, we can add comments here. 7th comment, we hit comment and it posts, it updates. We can close it. We can go to the next one. We can upvote, we can downvote, upvote, rearranges everything. Everything is arranged according to, first, if you're the owner of your post, and then according to the number of upvotes. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we are done with this part of our project. So our feedback, what you're looking at here is my Django project, basically. And my Django project has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 apps inside of them. And so the app called feedback, I'm going to call that complete. So I'll mark it off here. I don't know, however. Yeah, this is my feedback here. I'm going to just go ahead and, I don't know, I think I could just hide this. Let me see. Lock. Is it locked now? Ooh, no. Hide. Show hide. No. Forget it. I'm just gonna add this here, like a little sticky note that says, here. This is a very raw way of doing this, actually. I'll add a little. Yeah, so that's it. This is complete. Okay. Great. And again, this is me being a perfectionist. Obviously, that has to be center. Obviously, it has to look good, you know? Okay, so that is done. And this is, I guess, the bigger picture of the project. So now you could see here that we have finished. So again, each of these vertical columns is, I guess, is one app. Is like, not really, almost, but yeah, definitely these on the right here. So we already finished this. Let's continue, I guess. Let's go ahead and now get to the actual point of the app. Okay. So this is done. All right, so we finished with feedback. The next thing that I want to implement here, and I'm kind of going backwards on purpose because I think these are the easier things to implement in the app. The actual main purpose of this app is to connect two APIs, and to connect those two APIs, it is kind of difficult. But okay, so I have my feedback here, and this is all complete. Now, I want to work on this help, which, as you can see right now, it's not really working, but the idea of this help here is customer support, which is something you always want to have in your app. You always want to have customer, not just tutorials on how to use your app, but also a way for customers to interact and get support. And the better support you have, you're really ensuring that your customers stay with you instead of going somewhere else. So let's get into that a little bit. I don't know that we're gonna finish that today, or that we're gonna get too much into it today. But what we can definitely do is get started with the main building blocks. So basically, this feedback is going to be its own app inside of our project. So we might have to start a new app here. So let's take a look. I'm going to kind of focus on these files here. I'm gonna stop the server for now. All right, so I'm clearing out of here. And so as you can see here, I have my Django project, and I have this feedback route. So this is basically my feedback app that we just completed. I have a marketing website, which is another app, which I'm going to be running exactly what it sounds like, literally a website to sell the app. I have this folder called Teleport, which is actually like the master folder which controls all of my settings for my Django project, everything. Teleport is actually my project file for all the other apps. Then I have Teleport app, which is the actual app which we need to develop. We're going to develop that in the future. I already started building it here, but just because I was trying to figure out the API stuff. But this is where we're actually going to link our APIs, store user data, etc. Run our app logic. It's going to be happening in there. And then we have this other users app, which at the moment, I think it might be a little bit redundant because Django already comes built in with a users app. So I haven't actually decided what I'm going to do with this here. I might delete it if it doesn't mess with anything else. I might just delete it or just leave it there. If it's going to mess something else up, it's okay. I'm not really using it. We just leave it there. Or third case could be that I'm going to use it to maybe store certain other user features like emails, like emailing or messaging, or like if they want to send automated notifications from their, from this app to their email, they can set that up in that user's route. Maybe, we'll see. So what's going on here basically is that we need to add a new app inside our Django project. So that's what we're going to be doing tomorrow, basically. I see that we have already reached the 1 hour for today. The name of this coding series is 2 hours per day of coding. It's been a while since I've done 2 hours, mainly because I have so much going on. I'm working full-time at a tech company, plus I'm building this app here, plus I'm trying to produce as much content as I can for this channel. Plus, I actually have a separate gig, which is I'm basically freelancing in doing like just handyman stuff. Like basically, I'm just like in my neighborhood. I just kind of spread the word around my neighbors and just people in the community that I'm that I can fix stuff. So I'm actually today I'm actually on my way to fixing some issues that people are having on their showers, their bathrooms. And the reason I do that, and I also on the side have been doing not so recently, but I've also been doing gardening. The reason being, I really love being outdoors, and I think it's very important to just get away from the computer for a couple hours every day. It really, as I'm cutting grass, as I'm working on these menial tasks, number one, I'm getting a nice physical exercise while getting paid for it. And number two, my mind is free. I can meditate, it's like a meditation cutting grass. Or a lot of times I'm thinking about this code here and how I could have said it different here in the stream, what I could have done differently. It's really helping me focus and be more productive when I actually come back to the coding. So that's my recommendation. Set a time during every day, 1 or 2 hours. Stick to it. You see how I'm doing it here. Very serious. I'm not on my phone. I'm not on social media. Very serious. Get to coding, and then get out. Go outside. Have fun. Exercise. I know some people like to go surfing. Some people like to ride bicycle, go mountain biking, whatever. I also like those things, but at the same time, I have a very tight schedule, and it's easier for me to say, okay, I can now cut some grass because I'm getting paid for it. Well, and it's great. I do it in a way that's really a workout. So that's it for today. Wishing you guys again a happy new year. All the best for you, and see you again in the next coding session.